This is a very unusual and I think extremely interesting story, but it's short. But the reason it's interesting is because of the way Jesus handles it. You see, Jesus knows the perfect way to handle any situation. The Pharisees are after him. They want to catch him doing something he shouldn't do. And they find a woman who is actually sleeping with a man that isn't her husband. And that was not only against the law, but if you did that, you were taken out and stoned to death. There wouldn't be anybody living in Hollywood today if that's the way we treated it. Well, anyway, they grabbed this woman out of the bed, dragged her out into the middle of the city square, and there she was. And they said, she's been caught in the very act of adultery. Now, what are you going to do about it? Well, we know, because children understand this, that even if somebody gets in trouble for doing something bad, it makes all of us feel a little iffy if we know they're going to be in trouble. And so there are people standing around watching that realize, okay, she's been caught in adultery, but stoning her death means that everybody's going to have to pick up a stone and everybody throws it, and nobody knows which one killed her, but stone her until she's dead. And they really didn't want to do that. And the Pharisees said, okay, we've got him now. Because if he says, don't stone her to death, it makes those people feel okay and go, phew, then we can say you've broken God's law. Well, Jesus is in a spot. Looks like they've backed him into a corner. Not so. Jesus didn't say anything. He just stooped down on the ground, and he began to write with his finger in the dirt. And he said, all right, whichever one has never sinned, you throw the first stone. And he kept writing. Now, this is one of those questions I want to ask when I get to heaven. I don't know for sure what he was writing on the ground. But let's suppose, knowing the oldest man in the group, he knew what sin he had most recently committed, and that he wrote the name of that sin on the ground. What happened is, from the oldest man on down to the youngest, one at a time, they left until there was no one there to accuse the woman. And Jesus looked up and said to her, well, where are your accusers? And she said, they've all gone. You see, there was nobody in that group that had never sinned. All of us have sinned. You may not realize it, but when you lie, that's a sin. When you disobey your mother, that's a sin. When you cheat on your spelling test, that's a sin. Now, we don't stone you to death, but you've sinned. And these people have sinned, and they all knew it. So nobody was capable of throwing a stone. And Jesus looked at the woman and he said two things, and they're important. He said, all right, lady, neither do I condemn you. I'm not going to condemn you to be stoned to death. But you go and don't you sin anymore. You see, it wasn't enough to just be forgiven. We can be forgiven, but then we need to do our best not to turn around the next day and do the same thing all over again. So if it's hard for you to tell the truth, then you need to work hard on that. You ask the Holy Spirit to help you stop lying. If it's hard for you to sit down in school and not cheat, then you ask the Holy Spirit to help you with that, and He will. But we have to be careful not only to realize that we can be forgiven, but that we're supposed to try our best not to do it all over again the next day.